Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestant. Player one. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thanks, Johnny. Welcome to Jeopardy, everyone. Good luck to you in the Jeopardy round. For this game, the categories are as follows. Geography. Meet the Robinsons. The Animal Kingdom. Colorful language. Bible heroes. And 1907. Player one, you start us off. Cities in this large South American country include Mendoza, Rosario, and Mar del Plata. Let's hear it, player one. Good for you. Please pick again, player one. The Mabinogion is an important collection of myths and tales from this UK country. Here's what we wanted. Wales. Player one, back to you for our next selection. A castle built by crusaders dominates the port of Kyrenia on this island nation near Lebanon. We're talking about Cyprus. Select again. Oil up with some serious sunscreen as you trek to Alice Springs, the center of this nation's vast red center. Yes, player one? No, sorry. Here's the correct response. Australia. Player one, pick again. It's the only African country with port cities on both the Red Sea and the Mediterranean. Let's hear it, player one. Hey, you're up. Good. Back on the plus side. You get to pick again, player one. In 1947, he shattered baseball's color line. Player one? That's right. Way to go. Player one, back to you for our next selection. Like a famous mister of song, it was the nickname of tap dancer Bill Robinson. Here's what we wanted. Bojangles. Player one, choose again. This Motown legend co-wrote My Girl and Tears of a Clown. We're talking about Smokey Robinson. Player one, you pick again, please. It's the Daily Double. You are currently in the lead. Player one, give us a wager. And the clue. In 1951, he defeated Jake LaMotta to become middleweight boxing champ. You are correct. We return to you, player one. Emmanuel Goldenberg was the real name of the Robinson who used this first name on the stage. The correct response is Edward. You get to pick again, player one. These animals of the order Chiroptera are the only mammals that can truly fly. Player one? That's right. Way to go. Please pick again, player one. This feisty Thai fish blows sticky bubbles to make a nest, then puts the eggs in its mouth and blows them in the nest. Yes, player one? No, that's not right. Here's the correct response. Fighting fish. Player one, back to you for our next selection. Muskrats and woodrats belong to this order of mammals. Let's hear it, player one. No, that's not right. We're talking about Rodentia. You again, player one. Here's Kelly with the clue.
If you see one of these under the sea, look, but don't touch. The spines can be poisonous.
Player one? Good for you. Player one. Pick again. Fruit and lizards, yum, are favorite foods of the coati, also known by this longer name. We're talking about the coatimundi. You again, player one. Classified advertising section of the phone book listing subscribers by type of business. It's player one. Sorry, that's wrong. Here's what we were looking for. Yellow pages. Player one. Pick again. A karate kid may aspire to this high rank, kuroi obi in Japanese. Okay, player one. Yes. You again, player one. This fastest of dogs is one of the oldest breeds. Its likeness appears on an ancient Egyptian tomb. Here's what we were looking for. The greyhound. You get to pick again, player one. The California National Park is named for this tallest living type of tree. Yes, player one? Yes. We return to you, player one. This colorful name for the U.S. Army Special Forces comes from their unique hats. The correct response is the Green Berets. You again, player one. At the burning bush, God told him he was the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. It's player one. That is correct. Player one. Pick again. Goliath mocked him, saying, "Am I a dog that thou comest to me with staves?" Let's hear it, player one. Correct. Player one, back to you. In Luke, he is quoted as saying, "I indeed baptize you with water, but one mightier than I cometh." It's player one. Hey, you're right. You get to pick again, player one. When Jesus saw this tax collector and first gospel writer, he told him to follow me. Okay, player one. You got it. Player one, you pick again, please. In Judges, he said, "With the jaw of an ass have I slain 1,000 men." Here's what we were looking for. Samson. Player one, you pick again, please. Florin Ziegfeld produced his first of these extravaganzas in 1907 and would continue them for the next 24 years. Here's what we were looking for. The Follies. Player one, back to you. For works like Gunga Din, he became the first Brit awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature. Here's the correct response. Rudyard Kipling. Player one, you pick again, please. With this man as president, the government budget was $579 million, and unemployment stood at 2.8%. Player one? That's right, way to go. Player one, back to you for our next selection. Charles Curtis, Republican, Kansas, became the first Native American to serve as one of these. It's player one. Nope. Here's the correct response. Senator. And the last clue for $1,000. More than 40 nations attended the Second International This Conference in The Hague. Here's the correct response. Peace. The Double Jeopardy round will begin right after this. We start the Double Jeopardy categories with this one. Beekeeping. Insects. World leaders. awards and honors, on the map, and literary country settings. All right, if you're ready, it's double Jeopardy time. This term for a group of bees refers specifically to the group that flies from the hive to form a new colony. It's player one. You are correct. Player one, you pick again, please. Drones don't sting, and queens only sting other queens. So only worry about these bees, 95% of a hive's population. Let's hear it, player one. Correct. Please pick again, player one. Honey is produced by the evaporation of this drink of the gods that bees collect from flowers and then regurgitate. Player one? That is correct. We return to you, player one. Glands on a bee's abdomen convert the sugar in honey to this building material. Let's hear it, player one. That's right. Way to go. Player one, back to you for our next selection. A major concern for beekeepers is CCD, this disorder. Let's hear it, player one. That is correct. Select again. The finest singers among species of this insect are the tree type, not the house or field type. Okay, player one. Good. You again, player one. It reached Texas from Mexico around 1890 and spread into most cotton-growing areas of the United States. Here's the correct response. The boll weevil. Player one, back to you for our next selection. Like 1990, 2007 was a year when these noisy insects famously swarmed the Midwest. Here's what we wanted. Cicadas. Select again. Stoneflies belong to the order Plecoptera, which means pleated this. Here's the response we were looking for. Wing. Player one, you pick again, please. Two common shorthorn species of this in North America are the lubber and eastern lubber. Here's what we wanted. The grasshopper. Player one, back to you. In 1999, Thabo Mbeki, who fought to eliminate apartheid, became leader of this country. Yes, player one? You got it. We return to you, player one. Hu Jintao became the General Secretary of the Communist Party in 2002 and leader of this country in 2003. Player one? That's it. Player one, choose again. Jimmy to start us off.
The country whose flag is seen here elected its first female chancellor in 2005.
Yes, player one? That is correct. Player one, you pick again, please. In 2006, Stephen Harper of this country's Conservative Party became its prime minister. Yes, player one? Correct. We return to you, player one. In 2008, Tillman Thomas became prime minister of this Caribbean country invaded by the U.S. in 1983. It's player one. No, sorry. The correct response is Grenada. Player one, back to you. People who need Peabodys envy her for the Peabody Award she won for her 1994 HBO concert. Here's the correct response. Barbra Streisand. You get to pick again, player one. This actor dedicated his American Beauty Oscar to his friend Jack Lemmon, who had inspired him. Here's the response we were looking for. Kevin Spacey. You get to pick again, player one. For the musical Sunset Boulevard, Hugh Jackman won 2 Mo Awards, equivalent to the Tonys, in this his native country. Here's the response we were looking for. Australia. Player one, you pick again, please. Answer? One of the daily doubles. And you have the lead. You need to select your wager. And the clue. The JFK Profile in Courage Award is modeled after a lantern from this frigate built in 1790s Boston. Nope. Sorry. The correct response is the Constitution. Please pick again, player one. Washington, D.C.'s theater awards are named for this First Lady of the American Theater. The correct response is Helen Hayes. Please pick again, player one. Counties in this U.S. state include Jones, Jasper, and Jefferson Davis. Player one? Sorry, that's wrong. Here's what we were looking for. Mississippi. Player one. Pick again. And here's Jimmy.
One of 8 that starts with M. It's the state seen here.
Here's the correct response. Minnesota. You again, player one. There's a Shatner building at McGill University in this city where William Shatner was born. Here's the correct response. Montreal. We return to you, player one. This former Soviet republic lies between the Prut and Dniester rivers. Here's the correct response. Moldova. Player one, choose again. Answer? The second daily double. You are currently in the lead. How much? Answer this. According to the New Testament, a battle of good versus evil will take place on a hill in this town Joshua captured. The correct response is Megiddo. Player one, you pick again, please. The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, 1927. Here's the response we were looking for. Mexico. You again, player one. Steppenwolf, 1929. Here's what we were looking for. Germany. Player one, you pick again, please. Walkabout, 1959. Here's what we were looking for. Australia. Player one, pick again. The Jewel in the Crown, 1966. We're talking about India. Now let's take a look at that $2,000 clue, shall we? The Stranger, 1942. Here's what we wanted. Algeria. Good game. You will participate in Final Jeopardy right after this. Here comes the Final Jeopardy, players. The category is this. Historic New York City. So, what's your wager? Our Final Jeopardy clue today is the USA's first Labor Day parade in 1882 went from City Hall to this square just north of 14th Street. Let's see your response. And that will set you back. Here's the response we were looking for. Union Square. Congratulations, player one. You are our new champion. So long, everybody.